mums, which is what are the best sleeping postures to avoid back and neck pain. So I'm going to share some tips on this topic for you. Now, as an executive mom who's managing a demanding high stress job and you're caring for your younger kids, a restful nighttime sleep is essential for maintaining your energy, your focus, and your overall well-being. Now, the position you sleep in can significantly impact how you wake up, whether you're refreshed and energized or you wake up all groggy and tired in the morning. And also, a poor sleeping posture can lead to other issues such as neck pain, back pain, nerve pain, etc. So I've done a lot of videos on that. If you are interested in knowing more about sleep postures and how they impact your pain, you can go to my YouTube channel and have a look there. Anyway, coming back to the topic for today. So in today's video, we are going to explore different sleeping postures, and I will also share some tips on how you can get the best out of these sleeping postures. And also, I'm going to talk about one sleeping posture that I would always advise people to avoid. Now, before we get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is, back and neck, and nerve pain. And this is despite your low energy levels, fatigue, or brain fog, or low focus and concentration, and also low motivational levels. Now, I do all of this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own journey, well, my pain and adrenal fatigue journey. And I do this without taking away a big chunk of your time because, hey, we are moms, we're busy people, right? Okay, so let's get into the topic for today, which is best sleeping positions to avoid back and neck pain and some tips to do so. Now, the very first thing that I want to talk about is the position that you should try and avoid. And I will also tell you how to change the sleeping posture if you are one of those who's using this posture. So, tummy sleeping or sleeping on your stomach is something that you should try and avoid, because when you're lying down on your stomach, think about it, your neck is twisted to either side, either right or left, throughout that 5, 6, 8 hours of sleep. And when you wake up, of course, because your neck is, say, turned to one side, you will have a lot of stretching on this side and a lot of compression on the left side. So if you turn towards the left. Now, when this happens, you are more prone to get up with neck pains, a lot of nerve pains around your shoulder, maybe headaches, dizziness, etc., which can be caused due to nerve pains. These are known as cervicogenic dizziness or cervical headaches. Anyway, so you can have a look at those on my YouTube channel if you're interested. But anyway, coming back, so what happens at the level of your lumbar spine or your lower back? Now, when you're lying on your tummy, we all have this, okay, going back, we all have this lumbar curve or a curve in our lower back, which is normal when you're lying on your stomach. This lumbar curve gets exaggerated or increased beyond normal, and this makes you more prone to get back pain or nerve pains related to your lumbar spine, for example, sciatica, or any other nerve pains down in your bottom or legs, thighs, etc. So, if you are one of those who's sleeping in the stomach, change your posture to either side lying or sleeping on this on your back. It's easier said than done. I've been there, done that. It took me a very, very long time to get out of it. However, thankfully, I did go out of that tummy sleeping posture, and it is not impossible. If I can do it, so can you. So I will leave a video on how to change your posture if you're sleeping on your tummy to side lying or sleeping on your back in a blog that I have written on the same topic about best sleeping postures to avoid back and neck pain. I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link to that blog will be in my bio. If you can't find it on either of the places, let me know. I'll send it across to you. Anyway, moving on. So what is the other sleeping posture which is actually advisable? It is lying down on your side or lying on your back. So first, let's look at side lying postures. Now, if you've heard any of my other videos, this might be a bit of what I've spoken about before, but hear me out on this. When you are lying on your side, if this, so this is your shoulder, right? So what happens is your shoulder is going to be on the mattress or the bed, and your head is here. So you see this big gap between your shoulder tip and your earlobe or your head here. So if you do not use a pillow, you're going to turn your head to one side. Now, this is something that you don't want. This is exactly what we were trying to avoid when you were sleeping on your tummy. But what you can do is use a pillow. There is an old school of thought that says do not use a pillow. However, uh, personally, I don't see the logic in that. So if you want to try this out, take a pillow. The height of the pillow should be from your earlobe to your shoulder tip. And for me, the height of my pillow will be this much. So try using that pillow. And otherwise, what will happen is you will sleep with your neck tilted to one side, and you might even put your arm under your head in order to support it. And that creates a lot of stresses around your shoulder blade, your upper back, neck, shoulder area, etc. And that can itself lead to neck pain, nerve pains, and mid back pain or upper back pain in that area. So try and avoid that. When you are lying on your side, let's go on to the lumbar spine because we are talking about back pain. So, sorry, some tech issues here. Sorry. So, yeah. So, moving on to your lumbar spine, try and keep a pillow in between your knees because what happens is when you are lying down, your femur bone or the thigh bones are basically slanted towards each other. That's how your knees are meeting in the middle, right? When you're lying on your side. However, your femur bone are in a neutral position. That means their hip and the pelvis are in a neutral position when there's a bit of gap between your femur bones. I mean, think of it this way. When you're standing, you don't stand with your knees joined together, right? There's always a bit of a gap between your feet. So usually shoulder width apart, right? Your feet are shoulder width apart. So what happens is when you have your femur bones or your thigh bones inclined towards each other, it's not necessary, but it can create a lot of stresses around your hip joint, which can translate to your pelvis and your lower back. And if you are already prone to lower back issues or lumbar pain, this can be a problem. Okay, so now let's move on to sleeping on your back. When you're sleeping on your back, now this is okay, let me just show you this side. This is the back of my head. This is my upper back. There is a little bit of a gap between the back of your head and your upper back here. So you want to have a pillow that covers that distance, right? And you do not want a pillow this thick like you did in your side sleeping. Excuse me. So you want to use a pillow there. Otherwise, what will happen is your head will roll back. There'll be a lot of pinching on the nerves at the back of your neck. Of course, that can lead to nerve pain, but it can also lead to a lot of other issues with your neck. And if you have pre-existing neck pain, of course, it can aggravate those issues. Now, what about your lumbar spine or your lower back? Now, when you're lying on your back, so your lumbar spine has that natural curve. So if suppose you are, okay, let's just say this is your bed, this is you lying on the bed. Now, this is your lumbar spine. So you have this curve in the lumbar spine. So the top of the curve and the bottom of the curve is supported on the bed here, on the mattress. However, this curve, the deepest part of the curve, is not supported by your mattress. If you bend your knees, try this out tonight or whenever you go to bed next time. If you bend your knees, or if you keep a couple of pillows under your knees so that they stay bent when you're sleeping, the lumbar curve flattens out, and then these muscles in the deepest part of the curve are being supported by your mattress. So that would make you less prone to lower back pain, especially if you have pre-existing issues with your lower back. Okay. Now, another thing is just a word of caution. If you are sleeping with a pillow under your knees or with your knees bent in the night, make sure that you're doing some hamstring stretches. And these are important because this is a position in which your hamstrings are quite shortened. If you're going to do this every single night for 5, 6, 8 hours, you want to make sure that you're stretching out your hamstrings so that you don't have any other issues. Hamstring tightness can or lead to knee pains. It can lead to lower back pains because hamstrings are attached to the base of your pelvis. And once they are tight, they can pull your pelvis backwards, and that can create lower back issues. All right. So these were the sleeping postures that I wanted to talk about. However, as I said in that blog that I have written on this same topic, there are a couple of other things that might interest you. One of them is a free guide on how to maintain a good posture while sleeping. It has more details about these three postures that these two postures, the side lying and the back sleeping that I was talking about. It also has three postures to avoid when sleeping, and etc. It's got a lot more in there. And of course, that video on how to change your sleeping posture from lying on your tummy to side lying or back sleeping. It has got a couple of pillows that I link for a couple of pillows that I recommend. I have used them myself. So there's a lot of things in the blog if you're interested in this topic of sleep posture and how you can avoid back and neck pain and actually nerve pain as well when you are sleeping. Alrighty, I hope that was useful for you. If you have any questions, any comments for me, do let me know and I will be happy to help you out. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.